What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Agrarian Skies. Oh yeah, guys, so I've decided to install some barrels over here. These aren't set up to be automatic. I'm just taking items out of our big blue chest and sticking them in here just so we have more room and I don't have to worry about the mob trap running out of space so quickly. So yeah, got some barrels here. I'm thinking we might add more later on when we get different mob drops that we want to store, but I figured ender pearls and bones, gunpowder, and I guess zombie brains are important since we can use those as food, but we've kind of gotten past the point where we need to worry about food thanks to our soybeans over here. So I've been trying to get some stuff accomplished around here. One of those things is I put down some mycelium and I am bone mealing some mushrooms so we can get some of these guys going on. What I'd like to do is get to the point where we can make some bacon cheeseburgers, bacon mushroom cheeseburgers. Is that what that is? I can't remember, but it's like the top end burger and it requires a few ingredients, one of those being mushrooms, obviously. So I've been bone mealing these guys and collecting the mushrooms. We got almost 2 stacks now. I think I'll do one more and we'll call it good. Might give us enough for 2 stacks of the burgers. We'll have to set up an automation for this later. I do believe you can harvest these mushrooms using the MFR harvester. But as far as growing the mushrooms, I can't remember how you do that, if you even can. But either way, if we have a harvester harvesting it, I can just sit here and click bone meal and then kind of like, do something else for a minute and then turn back and bone meal. I don't have to worry about constantly cutting them down. I was noticing though that the mushroom is giving my Maddock experience, which is pretty cool. Is this how? No, this guy's got silk touch. Let's go ahead and water can this guy. There we go. We'll silk touch this back up, get this out of the way. Yeah, it's kind of like, where am I gonna put the mushrooms to grow in? This is pretty much the only last open spot that we have for something like that. Okay, so yeah, we should have some tofu processed over here. We got a little bit. I need to throw some more soybeans in there, actually. Whoops, I just placed down a torch. Okay, so the soybeans turn into the soy milk, which turns into the silken, which turns into the firm tofu, and that gets output over here. We got 1 stack of firm tofu, and that'll allow us to make the regular burgers. So we need a skillet, toast, and firm tofu, and there's a stack of regular burgers. So the next step is turning that into a cheeseburger, so we need cheese. And in order to get that, you need milk, plus salt, plus a pot. Now I was looking through all these different recipes, hoping to see soy milk pop up, but it looks like soy milk is no longer a replacement for milk. Yep. I don't know if that's changed in the mod itself or if that's just in Agrarian Skies, but at no point does soy milk actually appear here. I did look at the recipes for soy milk, what that can turn into, and the only thing it shows up in NEI is that it will go into a presser, and that turns into the silken tofu. So I don't think that's an option. I think we will actually have to put a cow somewhere and milk it, and then get the fresh milk. I think, was fresh milk one of the ingredients? I think fresh milk was. We'll have to double check here in just a second. Yeah, it's right there, fresh milk. Okay, so yeah, that was pretty easy. We just get the 1 bucket of milk, and then we put that in our crafting grid, and that turns into 4 fresh milk. We still have those from the last time. So I will have to do that. Our cow spawn egg is over here, right? I think it's over here. By the way, having these haste boots is so good. I don't think I'll be able to play this without them, and flying with them, it goes like so fast compared to what we've been doing. Oh man, I love it so much. I'll be sad if these ever break. Another thing I'm kind of curious is if we can put that into the disenchanter and get that haste, what is that, 5, 6, 7? Haste 7 taken off and put onto a book. I don't know if we can do that or not. It might be one of those enchantments where if you take it off, it'll only give you like haste 3 or something. Oh man, that would kind of stink. So we need to get some fence posts, or I guess the cobble walls would work too. Just a place to put a cow. I think we'll stick him back here in the corner. Or her, since it's gonna give us milk, right? It's not a him. Alright, we will do wall, wall, wall. We'll give it a 2x2 space. I think that should be fine. I don't know if the cow will be able to hit me through this. It might be able to. We'll see. No? I don't want to walk right up to the fence. It might be able to hit me then. Okay, so we need to get an empty bucket. I don't know if I have an empty bucket over here or not. Let's do this. Bucket. Well, we got that bucket. Will that one work? That might work. I'm not really counting on it working. It might, though. Well, it's definitely saying that I'm right-clicking on the cow. It makes a sound every time I do that, but that does not work. So I'm just going to make a new bucket. We just need a little bit of iron. Iron. And there we go. Yeah, we're now running low on iron. I'm gonna have to start working on our resources again after making all of those, all of these presses last time. Yeah, we are definitely running low. Wait, why won't it let me? Can you only milk a cow every so often? Is that a thing? Maybe that's what it is. Because I milked that cow last time and then I pokeballed it. And... huh. Okay. Let's eat one of these things. Yeah, that sausage and bread is ridiculous. It's like full hunger, full saturation. Maybe we can do it with the iguana tweaks bucket, or not the iguana tweaks, the fired bucket. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, so it does work. Milk clay bucket. I wonder if we keep the bucket afterwards. I don't know. But the fact that we can't milk the cow right now, we're definitely gonna have to do something about that. I'm almost thinking it might be a good time to set up the MFR spawner. If we get a cow that can be milked, put it into one of the safari nets and then spawn that over and over and over again, we should be able to milk the cow and then kill it and just get rid of it, right? We have plenty of mob juice down here. These might all be full, and looks like they are absolutely full. Yeah, okay. So that might be something we work on here in just a minute. Try and spawn some extra cows that we can milk, but this guy won't let me do it. Alright guys, so we pretty much ran out of iron, so I put some gravel in here. The gravel is being sieved. We're getting a whole bunch of these resources, and I am hammering those out. I made a couple of fortune upgrades, which aren't super expensive, actually. They're just a diamond, some invar, and a little bit of electrum. I really don't know how these work. With the speed upgrades, we can go all the way up to 64. I don't know if we can go all the way up to 64 with these, or if that's actually going to make any difference. But one thing I do know is that putting those in there, like, adds a lot of RF and tick that it uses. So right now it's 20. We put those in, it goes up to 40, so that doubles it just by putting those 4 in there. So yeah, I don't know how well that works or not. But yeah, we did get a decent amount of iron back out of that. And a little bit more. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so we will have that to smelt up later. This was just about full. I think I was gonna start emptying this out as well. Yeah, diamonds are something that we were using a little bit of for those fortune upgrades, so we're getting those back in a decent quantity. Man, just so much stuff in here. I really should get that being automatically exported into a chest or something. Yeah, that's probably something I should do. I'll look at that in the future. For right now, we're gonna be collecting resources. I can just come back here and get that later when we need it. So I was thinking, instead of doing the auto spawner, maybe we should try a rancher and see if we can just milk the cows automatically instead of spawning them, milking them, and killing them, which is an extra step. Even if this is kind of slow, if we put a few cows in the same spot, maybe we can get it to the point where we're making enough milk. I think that's the way I want to go, or at least to try to go. So we need solar panel. That's a solar panel tier 1. Did I use all my tier 2s? I can't. Well, obviously I must have used them somewhere. We have 3 over there. That might be a little excessive. And then we have, I think, 2 over here. That might be excessive as well. Actually, let's go ahead and remove one of these. We'll use this guy. Let's sleep till day since these don't work too well at nighttime without the upgrades. Sleep till day, put down the rancher, and see if the rancher will actually get us some milk instead of just bucketing from the cow. Let's see, how does this work? If I face it this way, yeah, that's facing the right way. And then we can just put the solar panel, I don't know, right here. Now, are we... Oh, okay, there we go. We got a bucket of milk. Is it just one bucket? Oh, man. Does that wait for the cow to... Actually, let's see. Hold on. It might just be that it'll only do one bucket for each of these idle timers. So if this goes all the way down, do we get another bucket? That is the question. Yes. Okay. That's actually pretty cool. That'll be a lot faster than just clicking the cow with the bucket itself. All right. So can I bucket milk out of this? I certainly can. So probably the next thing we'd want to do is get that iron smelting up and make another drum and set the drum on top of that to collect. Is that all the iron ore dust we had? I thought we had more than that for some reason. Yeah, we should put a drum on top of that rancher to collect milk automatically, and then we'll just have milk on tap whenever we need it. Yeah, because this is going to run out of space here in just a little bit. Oh man, that is awesome. Okay. So this iron should be about smelted. It's gonna take a minute or two. That'll give us 4 more blocks. Yeah. So I tell you guys what, let me go ahead and wait on this. We'll get that drum set up over here. I don't think we're gonna set up the auto spawner. We'll probably wait on that for a little while until we actually have a real need for it. But yeah, let me go ahead and get some things going, guys, and we will be right back. Alright guys, so I've been processing ores for a while. We're up to like 20 blocks of iron now, so iron is no longer a problem. So the next step of this, we wanted to make the cheese, and we need a pot plus fresh milk or regular milk and salt. We got some fresh milk earlier, and we had some salt, I think, from a previous quest, so we can make ourselves 4 pieces of cheese right away, so that's not too bad. This has been running for a while. We're up to 81 buckets of milk, and in order to make fresh milk, we just got to do this over and over again. I'm sure there's a way to automate this later, probably through applied energistics or some other means, but it's not a big deal. We can just go ahead and make a bunch of fresh milk right like so. The next problem is, how are we going to get more salt? And I think we're going to figure that out here in just a minute. Whoops, my mouse wheel scrolled for some reason by itself. Weird. Okay, let's stop there. So pot plus milk plus salt. Then we got 16 cheese. We got 24 fresh milk left over. So let's look at this real quick. In order to make salt, another salt ore. Whoops. Let's back away from Mr. Cow or Mrs. Cow, whatever. Yeah, it looks like nether salt ore would give us 12. So that might be something I'll start looking for when I go to the nether. Still not far enough away from that cow. So water plus a pot, fresh water too looks like, or bottled water equals salt. We could smelt another salt, which is pretty... That is just kind of wasteful, really. Pulverizing another salt will give us 12. Induction smelter will give us 3. Yeah, it looks like grinding it or pulverizing it is the way we want to go if we find the nether salt ore. It said that we can use bottled water. Let's try that real quick. If we can get the bottles back, that might be useful. Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff in here. So many of these bottles from the witches. Man, we just had 2 stacks right next to each other. Okay, they like move around a bit. Let's just grab, I don't know, 8 of those and see if we can turn that into salt and get the bottles back. So that'll be better than using buckets, I think. All right, there we go. And pot plus that equals salt. And it does not look like, oops, I threw all of those into the water. It does not look like we get the bottles back. All right, well, it didn't cost us any resources to get these bottles. I don't know if we're really going to use them too much. I mean, we might, I keep throwing those out of my inventory. We might use those for potions later on or something, but we can always make glass and bottles. Those aren't expensive. Okay, so it looks like the way we're going to be doing this is by using a bucket, and there's some fresh water. So that gives us 4 fresh water every single time we do that. And I think each fresh water, let's double check, can turn into a salt. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Okay, so this is the way that I want to do this. So I'm going to make a bunch of fresh water. I'm going to make a bunch of fresh milk. So then we can make our cheese, and then we can make our cheeseburgers. All right, can we do like a whole bunch of ones? All right, so pot plus this plus that. So we got 40. We're almost there. So if we take the hamburger plus the cheese, that'll give us a cheeseburger. So that gives us what? 3.5 hunger plus 2.5 saturation. And the cheeseburger gives us 4 saturation, 4 hunger. So it's slightly better. So I'll just go ahead and continue working on that. The next step is to take those cheeseburgers and put it with firm tofu. And then we get bacon cheeseburgers. Okay, so let's see. Cheeseburger plus the firm tofu. So that'll give us, oh man, 5.5 saturation and 4.5 hunger. That is pretty good. So let's go ahead and do that. Tofu turns into fish, apparently. Weird. Okay, so now that we have the bacon cheeseburgers, the next step is to add mushroom. And that'll make it so the burger gives us 5 hunger, 2, 4, 6, 6.5 saturation. That is really good. That's not quite as good as these, sausage and bread, but it's not a lot of work to get to this point. So bacon cheeseburger plus mushrooms. And there we go. Bacon mushroom burger. That's the food that I want to make until we get auto crafting set up. I mean, it's a little bit of work, a little tedious to make all the fresh water and the fresh milk, but it's not too bad. I mean, I can easily just do this like 16 times to make a stack of fresh water to make a stack of salt. So that's not terrible. And we can easily get 16 fresh milk or 16 milk buckets to make the fresh milk. It's the same process. Yep, so let me go ahead and do this, guys. I'm gonna fill up on food and we will work on something else. All right, guys, so I made enough of these burgers. The bacon mushroom burger, we got 2 stacks of it. I have another stack over here somewhere. It's in this chest right here, found it. So the way I've been doing that is I have been just spamming bone meal on these wheat and taking 3 wheat and turning that into bread instead of grinding the wheat into flour. Yeah, it's just much faster. We get 4 wheat at a time per harvest and we can bone meal the wheat itself. Let's just do just a little bit real quick so you guys can see how easy this actually is. So I just hold right click and then I just scroll my mouse wheel back and forth and we get 4 wheat at a time. So it's not like it takes any time at all. I just have to just scroll my mouse wheel. Pretty easy. Yeah, we get a lot of wheat. Let's go and harvest that. All right. So in that little amount of time, we got 36 wheat, which will turn into 12 bread. So that's the way I've been doing that. Yeah, there are ways where you can turn the wheat into flour. We've already explored that before, but for time's sake, it is so much easier just to do 3 wheat into 1 piece of bread and then toast that bread. Okay, so I wanted to look at some quests today. Let's jump back into where we were last time under the Sky Farm, and we were still here, and actually we did this too, the pressing. So that wanted us to make a presser. That actually unlocked a second option here where it wanted us to get some soy milk, which we have not done. So I just need to grab, whoops, didn't mean to do that. Let's actually turn hover mode back on so I don't trample these crops. Did I get a soybean? I did. Okay. Well, we can just do this anyway. So we'll put the soybeans in there. And hopefully I'm fast enough to click a soy milk out. I'm not. I can get it over here though. Okay, so now that we have that soy milk, there we go. That's gonna give us 16 raw clams. So we can claim that. I'm not sure. Let's see. The uses for the raw clams turns into a cooked clam. Is that the only thing? Okay. So what about the uses for the cooked clams? Nothing. So this is just a small little food source. Okay. Well, if we need that, we got it. We have these burgers, though, that I'm really going to be enjoying here soon. Let's go ahead and plant our soybean. There we go. All right, so that's done. So new crops. To get new species of crops, you'll need to mutate crops through crossbreeding, yada, yada, yada. We looked at this, and we looked at how to get here last episode, I think at the very end. And it was kind of a rabbit hole to get to this point. Now, people are telling me in the comments that there is an item from Pam's Harvest Craft called a market. So let's take a look at this. So right away, we can look at the icon and see it looks like this. If I go back to here, we can see that block actually appears here further in the quest line. But since I've already gotten to the point where we got soybeans and all this stuff, we've done the mutation, we see how that works, we've bred them so they're all 10, 10, 10s. I really don't feel like doing any further quests are gonna really help us in any way to do that. I mean, it's just a lot of tedium. So let's take a look at this market. So that is 4 wool, 4 planks, and then an emerald. I think we should be able to manage that. We do have wool. And we needed some planks. And we needed 1 emerald, which we have plenty of. Almost a stack of emeralds now. That's pretty crazy. Well, pretty much a stack with those up here too. So wool, 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 and plank, 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 plank. So here is a market from Pam's Harvest Craft. What does this look like? It's kind of a crazy looking block. Okay, so for 1 emerald, we can get asparagus seeds. Barley. That icon is 1 pixel off. Bean, beet, broccoli, cauliflower. So where's the artichoke? Asparagus. We can get bone meal? Is that 3 emeralds for a stack of bone meal, or is that 3 emeralds for 1 bone meal? I don't know. Spawn horse. Okay. Maple. Alright, so we got a lot of options here. It looks like every single plant in the game. It would be nice. That one's a pixel off too. It would be nice though with these guys if there was a way that we could see more than 1 item at a time or have a search. Okay, so let me go through this, try and find our asparagus seeds. I actually don't even, or not asparagus, it was artichoke. I don't know if that is actually an option to buy since these seem to be in alphabetical order. Cotton, corn, coffee, chili pepper, cantaloupe, candleberry. Yeah, they seem to be in alphabetical order, and I don't remember seeing an artichoke in the A section. Oh, right there, artichoke. Okay, and I don't have emeralds on me. Is that going to lose my place? No, it's not. Okay, so let us grab some emeralds. So an artichoke seed for 1 emerald, buy. Okay, well, that's pretty easy. So we can take this guy. Let's actually break that soybean again. We're just being really mean to that particular soybean plant today. Artichoke. Plant you there. And I need to grab some more bone meal. All right. So there is our artichoke, and I think that'll complete this quest, right? Yeah, there we go, artichokes. So that'll give us another wart, which we've already collected from nether fortresses. Resource seeds. Ooh, this sounds like something I'm actually interested in. Many resources can be grown from crops. However, it's a bit trickier to crossbreed these. Under your crossbreeding space, you will need to have a specific block. Aha, use any eye to find out what block the resource crops need for mutation. So this wants us to make redstone seeds. Okay, we'll call those redstone seeds because I'm not gonna try and pronounce that again. Redstone, this guy's. So we need red tulip seeds plus daisy seeds, blue orchid plus dandelion, which is sugarcane and melon, and these are dandelion plus poppy, and that's sugarcane plus pumpkin. Oh man. So it looks like we are going to have to do that. I don't remember those seeds being able to be purchased through this guy over here, right? Yeah, it doesn't look like that. Spawn horse is actually kind of interesting that they would just give us that through this particular thing. Clicky, clicky, clicky. Oh, some of these are actually diamonds. I didn't even realize that. Okay, well, it doesn't look like we can get those through that. That is something we are actually going to have to crossbreed to get. But it looks like we need soil, and below that, we actually need the particular ore. I'm trying to think, how are we going to get that ore? We can use the MFR laser drill, which is really expensive on power. I think we're probably going to have to go to the deep dark, right? I mean, the deep dark has a bunch of different ores that you can mine. And that was a thing that they wanted us to go to. Open, Dimensional Explorer, Deep Dark, right here. So this wants us to go to the deep dark. So that's probably how we're going to get those ores. Oh man, that's kind of scary. I haven't even really explored deep dark much in like a regular modded Let's Play. As opposed to like a challenge skyblock let's play. How do we make that portal? Just curious. Deep dark portal. Oops. I guess just deep dark. Portal to the deep dark is what it's called. Aha, so we need unstable ingots. Ooh. Quadruple compressed cobblestone. Quintuple. Whew, that's a lot of cobblestone. And the unstable we can get... How do we get semi-stable? We still gonna need the division sigil. And these guys drop off wither bosses last I checked. Yep. So we need to spawn a wither boss. And we need to defeat the wither boss. And then we can get a division sigil. And then we can go to the deep dark. I don't think that's something we're going to end up doing today. That seems like it's a little bit further out than I want to go. Oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and complete this quest. The end is a lie. That needs some blaze powder and ender pearl. Do we have blaze powder in here? We do have blaze rods. I don't think I have my blaze powder over here. Let's just grab one of these pearls. And... blaze powder is not in this one. Did I use all my blaze powder? I might have. Let's actually... Yeah, I think that might all be gone. Alright, so we can take a blaze rod and pulverize that, I think, to get 5. No, we get 4. Okay, so that works out anyway. So there's an Eye of Ender. And... so let's go ahead and read this quest, actually. You may have noticed there is no strongholds, or if you didn't notice, you might have guessed. And if you didn't guess, I am telling you, there are no strongholds. So how does a fine young adventurer such as yourself get to the end? End cake. Tasty teleportation. You can refill your cake by right-clicking on it with Ender Eyes. Ah, okay, interesting. So that's a way to get to the end. I don't know if we're going to do that. And then there's also this one here. This one is to make an angry doll. Blaze powder and blaze rods are very important ingredients. If, however, you prefer not to fight your way through the nether right now, you can combine an angry doll with a stone barrel of lava to get a blaze of your very own. Be careful though, they like burning things. So let's go ahead and complete that quest too. Angry doll is 4 blaze powder. Yep, I guess we're gonna need that other blaze rod. That's fine. We know where a blaze spawner is in the nether, and we can farm up some of those. And actually, I'll probably want to get a safari net with a blaze in it at some point, just so we can spawn them on demand. That's probably a good thing to do. So let's pulverize this guy. We'll get a little bit extra powder out of it. And the angry doll recipe was glowstone, redstone, netherwort, and our porcelain doll. I believe we have our precious doll. Glowstone, redstone, and netherwort. Where is our netherwort? Right here. Oh, I already had one in my inventory. So netherwort, not artichoke or soybean or whatever that was. Glowstone, blaze powder, and the doll. So here's an angry doll. I think that's all we need to complete the quest, right? Yeah, angry doll. And that'll give us a blaze rod back. Now it says we can spawn it by putting it into a barrel of lava. I'm gonna do that right now. In fact, this would be a good time to actually just capture it instead of going back to the nether, right? I think I had an empty safari net in here. So we'll just stick that guy back here. I cleaned this up earlier, but I guess we needed it again. And then angry doll. And I think that takes a moment. So I got my safari net ready. I'm gonna be on this side so it doesn't shoot fireballs that direction. And there we go. So we got our blaze, full health. Didn't have to fight it at all. We can go and clean this guy up. Awesome, and that completes, I believe that completes our learning the skyblock section. Let's claim our reward for this one. Oh, you know what? That doesn't complete that, right? Because we have to do the Dimensional Explorer, which we haven't done. And Tigerwood sapling. Ah, okay. So that wanted us to make the topiary grass. Right. Okay, and back over here, yeah, we were kind of stuck upgrading seeds. Okay, so let us do this real quick. I'm gonna make some topiary grass. How do we make this stuff? So seeds around dirt, or it looks like any type of seeds around dirt. We'll turn that in there. And that wants us to make the tigerwood sapling. Let's actually see. Oh man, so we're gonna need a bunch of that stuff. 1% chance. So that's like 1 out of 100 topiary grass, so we'll have a chance for that. Oh man. Okay, well, I think what I'm gonna end up doing, how many pieces of dirt? We lost a sapling somehow. How many pieces of dirt do we have over here? Okay, so we got plenty. We have enough for that. I'm gonna have to make a whole bunch of seeds, which we should be able to do actually. We have like lettuce in here. And I turned a whole bunch of lettuce into lettuce seeds, but we can always spam that for more later on. So yeah, we can do however many 45 will do. Let's take that out, put this in here. Okay, so we got 11. Oh man. So actually, I wonder if we put these fortune upgrades. Oh man, the gravel went to the wrong place. I'm gonna have to figure that out at some point. So we put the fortune upgrade in here, and oh no, this is the wrong one. We need to put in the sieve. Fortune upgrade plus this. Well, we got 1 sapling right away. Redwood. Okay, that's not too bad. Hopefully we can get the tiger wood with these few pieces of topiary grass. Eucalyptus. Oh, actually, let's speed this up a little bit. There we go. And nothing. Okay, so it's gonna take a bit of time to collect all the resources we need for the rest of that topiary. Yeah, it's gonna be another. Actually, they keep going back and forth. Does wheat turn into seed? Oh, okay. Well, I can just make a whole bunch of wheat, turn those into seeds, and then turn that into the topiary. I think that's the way we're gonna go. Let me see if I can get something going real quick, guys, and we will be right back. Yep, so pretty much all of our dirt went into making the topiary grass, and I went ahead and I sieved it all, and we did not get our tiger wood sapling. We got a whole bunch of different things. We got all the different types of nature berry bushes and stuff. Some maple, redwood, sakura, hopseed, willow, redwood, eucalyptus, amaranth. Got eucalyptus in there twice. Some silver bell. Yep, we got a bunch of different types of saplings, but not what we were looking for. So now we're at a point where I'm gonna have to make, I guess, either a bunch of zombie flesh into dirt, which I'm doing right now. I took all the stuff that we've collected, and I'm now composting that. I'm probably going to start switching this over to leaf collection mode, which means we'll have to set up another barrel for actually having the leaves go somewhere. I think we should have a decent supply. Let's actually go down underneath and look real quick. We should have a decent supply of saplings in this thing by now. Yeah, look at that. We got a lot of saplings just kind of hanging out. Yeah, I think that's probably what I'm going to do. Switch us over to leaf mode, collect leaves, compost leaves. I'll probably add some more barrels over here so we can make dirt a little bit quicker. But yeah, we got some stuff to do off camera, guys. So I'm going to get to that. And hopefully by next episode, we will have a decent amount of dirt and we'll be able to progress a little bit more. But yep, that's it for this episode of Agrarian Skies. Hope you guys liked it. I'm definitely enjoying my mushroom, bacon, cheeseburgers. They are delicious. Look at them. Oh my goodness. But yeah, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on this episode if you did like it. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.